Good morning, class. You're welcome to another edition of Usman English class. Today, what we are going to take a good look at is participial phrase. What exactly do we mean by participial phrase? How do we test participial phrase? What is the main motive behind the use of participial phrase? I believe you could remember, per se, that we have present and past participle when we were dealing with tenses. Now, when we're talking of present participle, we are talking of the verbs that end with ing. And the past participle, we're talking of the verbs that will be regarded as en. These two categories could be used to form a phrase or what is known as a group of words. Yes, it could be formed. When we say a participial phrase, you are thinking when we say a phrase and we're still talking of a verb. Yes, a phrase could be a combination of a verb, yet it will not be completely meaningful. Now, consider participial phrase. Participial phrase is talking of a phrase that is formed from a participle. Structurally, we have a participle. Okay, let's talk of one participle now. Let's assume we have this word. We have smoking. Speeding. Speeding is a verb. We can form a phrase from this verb. If you now say speeding along the road, speeding along the road. Who is speeding along the road? Or what is speeding along the road? Do we know? We can't say. Now, is this present or past? Do we know? We can't say. If we have this kind of construction, we call this one participial phrase. Now, where we are going exactly is not really the identification of what is called participial phrase. What exactly we need to work on right now is how do we answer questions from participial phrase. We have two things that we need to take note of. The first one is the structure and the second one is the meaning. Speeding along the road. Who is speeding or what is speeding? We don't know. That one takes us back to the meaning of what is called participial phrase. The meaning of participial phrase is known as suspension. Suspension of subject. When a subject is suspended in a clause, in a sentence, a subject that is supposed to perform an action will now be suspended. We will not know what is that subject. So when we have such like that, we call that one a participial phrase. Let's consider this. Speeding along the road. Who speeds or what speeds? Do we know? We don't know. Now, if you have it like this, how do we go on with it? Before we go on to the next clause, it is not only ing. We can also have en. Defeated in the race. Defeated in the race. Who is defeated in the race? Do we know? We don't know. And we need to know that. Now, the rule guiding the participial phrase now says, the rule guiding it says, the subject that performs this action, or the subject that is being referred to using this phrase, that has already been suspended, will have to begin the next clause. Oh, you do not get that clearly. When we have this kind of expression, the subject that is supposed to perform this action, the subject that speeds along the road, the subject that is defeated in the race that we do not know, will have to be the one that will begin the next clause. Let's consider this one. If you say, walking down the street, dash. This is a wide question. How do we answer it? Let's assume we now have the following alternatives. Walking down the street, a car hit the boy. B, the boy was knocked down by a car. If you take a good look at it, we might think the two options mean the same thing. Yes, they mean the same thing. But according to the rule of participial phrase, we cannot take one as our answer while we can take the other one as our answer. Which one will be our answer between the two? Now, who is walking or who was walking down the street? That will be your first question. This action, walking, who is walking? Can a car walk? A car is not the one walking. Therefore, it will be the boy. The boy was the one walking. Therefore, once a car cannot walk, but the boy can walk. With that, what do you now think will be our answer? Do not forget the principle, the rule of participial phrase. The next clause will have to begin with the subject that has been suspended. What is the subject that was suspended? The subject that walked. The car cannot walk. Only the boy can walk. Now, between the two, which one do you now think will be your answer? You must have known the answer right now. Now, the answer will be the boy was knocked down by a car. So if you have this kind of expression, you want to complete, you now say, walking down the street, the boy was knocked down. Was knocked down by a car. That about participial phrase. To get more of this, you might need to lay your hands on various WAEC questions and ECHO questions. Likewise, UTME questions. Thank you for paying attention to today's episode as well. God bless you. I'll be expecting you in our next episode where we shall be expecting another entertaining and informative aspect of English language. Thank you. Good day. God bless.